Welcome back to my channel. I'm Joe with Smokin Joe's Pit Barbecue. On today's video, I'm going to be making up some Korean style pork belly burnt ends, and I'm also going to give you the recipe to my homemade Korean barbecue sauce. Stay tuned. Alright, so first things first, I want to talk to you guys about how I select my pork belly. Now, I get my pork belly from Costco, get it from wherever you get it from, but a couple of things that I do is I actually pick up the pork belly and I want to make sure that it's really flexible, just like a brisket inside the plastic. You don't want a pork belly that's really stiff like this cutting board, okay? Make sure it's really flexible, you can bend it really easy. The other thing about pork belly is you can actually see the edges of the pork belly itself, and you want a good meat to fat ratio, which this pork belly has as well. So just a couple of pointers right there that I look for when I buy my pork belly. All right, so I'm just gonna take this out of the package. Just dry up the surface of the pork belly a little bit. Makes it a lot easier to handle. So just another pro tip, when you're buying pork belly at the store, don't buy the largest pork bellies. Don't get those 11, 12 pounders. Buy a small pork belly, a 7, 8, 9 pound max if you have to get 2 of them. But the smaller pork bellies are gonna have more meat than fat. So in this video, I'm gonna make some pork belly burnt ends, and I'm also gonna be making some sliced pork. But the thing that I like to do is to square these off into rectangles, if that makes any sense. Just like that. So I'm going to be cutting these in half and then making my squares with the pork belly this way right here. And I'm also going to be using this to slice my pork belly. You don't want them too small or too large. So on most pork belly, you're going to have one edge that's a little bit mangled like this. It's not nice and straight like this one right here. But don't worry, we can make some pork belly burnt ends out of this piece right here. And check this out, guys. Look at that meat to fat ratio on this piece right here. Got a lot more meat than fat. All right, so at this point, I'm going to season up the pork belly. Yes, you can use a simple salt, pepper, garlic. Nothing wrong with that. But I'm going to be using this Notorious PIG from PS Seasoning. This is my all-time favorite pork seasoning on ribs or even pork belly. So we're going to be smoking these with a fat cap up, so I'm going to season that second. So add a good amount of the seasoning. Just like that, nothing too crazy. This seasoning right here is going to give us a really nice savory flavor on our pork. And the sweetness is going to come from our barbecue sauce, our Korean style barbecue sauce. All right, let's season up this fat cap. All right, so I'm going to season up these edges, and I'll see you guys outside. All right, so I've got my Lone Star Grill's pellet smoker set at 275 degrees, and it's still going through the warm-up process. So on this cook, I'm going to be using the Smokin pecan shell pellets. If you guys have not tried these, give them a try. Check out the link below and get yourself a really nice discount. Now, these pellets are made with 100% pecan shells, no wood, and trust me, the amount of smoke and the flavor that these pellets leave on the food is unbelievable. All right, let's load up our pork belly. Look at that, that rub has sweated in perfect. Here's our other 2 pieces. I'm gonna put these on the bottom on the left-hand side. All right, so that's how I have the pork belly situated inside the smoker. Hopefully you guys can see that. With the amount of smoke here, I'm telling you, those Smokin pecan pellets are something else. And now the reason I have this set up this way is I don't want the pork belly on the top rack to drip all over the pork belly on the bottom rack. So I'm going to close the door. I'm going to smoke this at 275 degrees for 2 hours. Let's head inside and make that Korean style barbecue sauce. All right, let's make our Korean barbecue sauce. I'm starting with 1 cup of soy sauce, 2 cups of brown sugar. I like to use a dark brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of minced ginger, 12 cloves of minced garlic, 2 tablespoons of sesame oil. I'm going to add about 5 tablespoons of honey, 1 tablespoon of black pepper. I'm also going to add 2 tablespoons of this Gochujang. This is just a hot pepper paste. All right, so I'm just gonna stir this up, bring it up to a boil. And I gotta tell you, it smells amazing already. All right, and just like that, our sauce has started to boil. So I've got 4 teaspoons of cornstarch, and I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of water. Mix that up. This is going to thicken our Korean barbecue sauce. Just mix it up really well. You don't want any lumps or clumps in there. Into our pot. Give that a quick mix. And that's it. Quick and simple Korean style barbecue sauce. I'm just going to let this cool down until I'm ready to use it. I'll bring you guys back in a minute. Stay tuned. All right, so I just pulled the pork belly out of the smoker. Again, 275 for 2 hours. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and make my cubes. So I'm going to slice this right down the middle. Just like that. And I'm going to start making my pork belly burnt end cubes. Just like that. They're looking and smelling amazing. All right, and there we have it. Pork belly all cubed up. These are gonna go back inside the smoker for another 2 hours, again at 275 degrees. Stay tuned. All right, so the pork belly's been cooking for 4 hours, again at 275 degrees. Let's go ahead and pull it out and I'll show you guys the next step. Oh yeah, these are perfect. Look at that. That fat is nicely rendered. So I'm just gonna put them in this aluminum pan. Just transfer them all over. Now the pork belly did shrink to about half of its size, and that's what you want. You want that fat to render nicely. Nobody wants to bite into nothing but fat when eating a pork belly burnt end. The other thing I want you guys to notice is a really nice color on these pork belly burnt ends. They took on the color of the pellets that I showed you guys at the beginning of this video. Really nice mahogany color. This is perfect. And here's the pork belly that I'm going to be slicing. Look at that beautiful color. That's going to go into the pan as well. All right, so I've got my homemade Korean barbecue sauce. I'm just going to pour this all over the top of the pork belly. Look at that, nice and thick. Beautiful color. Oh yeah. So I like to roll the pork belly inside our Korean barbecue sauce. Get it all nice and sticky, nice and coated. Look at this. Beautiful. All right, so I've got all of the pork belly nicely coated in that Korean barbecue sauce. I'm gonna place this back in the smoker for about 30 minutes, and I'll see you guys inside. Stay tuned. All right, so our Korean style pork belly is ready, and the total cook time was 4 hours and 20 minutes. And look at this. Does that look beautiful or what? So this is the pork belly that I'm going to be slicing. All right, so first things first, the color on this pork belly is absolutely amazing. Secondly, the aroma is absolutely savage. So let's slice into it. Now, I want really nice, thin slices. It's tender. Look at that. I'm going to try to get them as thin as possible. Oh my goodness. This is perfect. Now when you're slicing a pork belly, you don't want to put a lot of force with your knife, or pressure I should say. Let the knife do its work. Even if you got to kind of saw it a little bit, just let the knife do the work. Because if you were to press it, it's going to come apart on you. It's really tender. Right, and here's our pork belly pieces. Look at that, guys. Is your mouth watering yet, or what? I'm going to top the pork belly with some sesame seed. And also some green onions. All right, the moment of truth. Let's give this pork belly a try. All right, let's give this pork belly a try and see how we did. I've got my chopsticks that my sister-in-law brought us from Korea as well. Look at that. Does that look amazing or what? Here we go, guys. Really good smoky flavor, but that Korean barbecue sauce takes it over the top. That is delicious. Next, I'm going to try the pork belly burnt end. Look at that. There we go. Man, that is so good. All the ingredients paired together, from the smoke to the ginger and the garlic, the green onions, everything just works together on this Korean style pork belly. I gotta get me another bite. I'm telling you guys, if you guys have never tried Korean style pork belly, give this recipe a try. Give my Korean barbecue sauce a try. It is absolutely amazing. Try it on ribs, but first, try it on pork belly. I hope you guys enjoyed this pork belly video. If this is your first time to my channel, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button. And if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. Until next time, Joe with Smokin Joe's Barbecue. See ya.